So some people want to know if there's a more budget version of Turn 0 Ghoti, so I'm here to bring that to you. So for the main engine, we have 26 cards, 6 starters, 3 lupine, 3 leaffish as our starters. And then we also need our Ghoti tuners, Pacey, Shift, Zep, and Keith. And then we also have Broomy as an extender, Snopios also as a hand trap and extender. Then we need Sykes, Moonlight of the Ghoti. This gives you a body on the field as well as giving you access to your tuners. For draw power, we're going to be using 3 Seconds Light. This is a main engine with no URs. The extra deck is where you're going to find most of the URs. 2 Aryan Posts, 1 Whale, 2 Ascan, and then 2 Deep Beyonds. This is UR. You can get away with just having 1. There are decks out there that can survive 1 Deep Beyond, and we have an easy way to jump into that second Deep Beyond. The final card is SB Little Knight, very versatile card. Doesn't just banish your opponent's cards or cards in their graveyard, but can also banish your own cards in the graveyard. This helps you in grind games when you're Ghoti tuners or you have Ghoti bodies in the graveyard like Sykes, Moonlight of the Ghoti, if they are stuck in the graveyard and you need to get them out. But a budget option for this is Haggard Lizardorse, which can also banish your tuners, but it can't banish anything with more than 2000 attack, so you won't be able to banish things like Ascan or Sykes, Moonlight of the Ghoti. But SB Little Knight is an extremely versatile card that can work in most decks, so I highly recommend it. The hand traps are where things get a little bit more expensive. Snopios is also part of the hand trap count, but we're going to exclude it for now. So for hand traps, we can start with Max C. Everyone should have Max C even if you're on a budget. And we have 3 Retaliating C, which can search those Max Cs. And then we also have our 3 Fawalos. This is a UR. You can replace this for other draw cards like let's say Phantasme, which is an SR. This allows you to special summon it if your opponent summoned a Link monster, and it will allow you to draw cards, 1 more than the amount of Link monsters that they have. So if they have 1 Link monster, you can draw 2 cards. Then you'll have to shuffle cards back into your deck equal to the number of Link monsters they control. So if they have 1 Link, you draw 2 cards, then shuffle 1 back into the deck. It also gives you targeting protection. You can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy the card that targeted one of your cards. In order to get this card on the field, you will have to have your opponent using something like Link monsters, so that does kind of suck if they don't. But most decks do have either the Snake Eyes engine or SB Little Knight. Something more reliable than Phantasme is the Rescue Ace engine. This uses 4 cards from Rescue Ace. You have your 3 Impulse. With this card, when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, you can quick effect, tribute this card from your hand or face-up field, special summon 1 Rescue Ace monster from your deck. That monster you're going to summon is Rescue Ace Fire Attacker, a level 6 body, that has the effect that if your opponent adds a card to their hand, you can draw 2 cards, then discard 1 card. So normally what you would do is you would add cards to your hand, discard a tuner, like a Zep, a Shift, or a Pacey's, and then go into Hop Your Squadron with that Rescue Ace Fire Attacker into a Cell Synchro, and then the Cell Synchro will special summon that tuner, and then you can go into Deep Beyond. Then we have Bestials. Drew Swarm is the better of the two since it can remove a card from the field if you send it to the graveyard after Synchro Summoning with it or linking away. Magnamut is the UR. It can add a dragon to your hand during the end phase, including Drew Swarm, allowing you to remove 2 cards from your opponent's graveyard, but it is a UR, so if you don't want to use this, you can just have 3 Drew Swarm. Another option is Shifter if you already have it. Very meta dependent. The most expensive part of the hand traps is Hopier. This is because it requires a lot of URs in the extra deck. You need a Cell Synchro to go into Stardust Dragon. And then you also need to jump into one of these level 10 Synchros. The cheapest is Time Lord Progenitor. This is something that basically skips your opponent's turn by creating a monster that can't be destroyed by battle or card effects and is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Then you also have Sidelight Warrior, which can pop cards your opponent controls up to the number of Synchro monsters in your graveyard. If you're going into this with a Cell Synchro from a Stardust Dragon, that's 2 Synchros, 2 pops. The most valuable of the level 10 Synchros is going to be Baron de Fleur, simply because it's just powerful. It's an Omni-Gate that can also pop cards. Then you also have Sword Soul Supreme, which you can get for free. I'm not sure if that's even available anymore, but if you already have it because you got it for free during that time period last year in which you could get it for free, then that's an option available to you. We also have Jameer, which is also found in the same pack as all of the Ghotis, the Treasure of Cosmic Ocean. This is where you should be digging into if you want Deep Beyond, and you'd rather spend gems than crafting material. And that's all I have for a budget Ghoti deck. If you have any more questions, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you.